The Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, or PAOC, says some pogos in the country are still operating in large-scale hubs despite the crackdown. At a raid at the ATI building in Parañaque, authorities apprehended 147 foreign nationals and over 300 Filipino workers. Meanwhile, the recent raid at One Wheels condominium near Asiana City in Pasay captured 401 foreign nationals. PAOC spokesperson Winston Casio said the number of foreign nationals that have been arrested suggests that these are no longer guerrilla-style operations and that they have spread out beyond Metro Manila.
Medyo nakakabahala, hindi po pwedeng hindi masunod yung total ban na inimpose ng ating president. Nagkalat na po sila ASEC all over the country, to be honest, no? Dito naman sa Metro Manila, nagko-congregate lang po talaga sila dito sa South. That is, one, if they're congregating, if a good number of foreign nationals are congregating in one apartment, for example, one condominium unit or one small office space. Second is if they notice they're coming in and out of electronic gadgets, pwede silang mag-report sa PAOC mismo.
PAOC is also coordinating with the Bureau of Immigration to stop connecting flights for deported POGO workers to prevent fugitives from escaping deportation. The agency said they've received reports that some foreign nationals used connecting flights to flee and avoid returning to their home countries.
An exclusive Reuters story is also bringing back concerns over alleged Chinese spies. In its investigation, Reuters found that between 2022 and 2024, 4 Chinese nationals accused of espionage handed out gifts to Tarlac City and 2 police forces, Manila and Tarlac. Wang Yongyi, Wu Chunren, Cai Xiaohuang, and Chen Haitao were detained by Philippine officials last month for allegedly gathering data on Philippine naval forces near the South China Sea. They also apparently led the Philippine-China Association of Promotion of Peace and Friendship, a civic group founded in 2016. They had a website that advertised their affiliation to the Chinese Communist Party. Reuters followed the trail to an article on the social media account of another group connected to them, which said that they donated 500,000 pesos to Tarlac City on July 2022, then gifted 10 motorcycles to Manila Police and 10 patrol vehicles to Tarlac Police on September of 2022. The Philippine officials were seen happily receiving these gifts. Fast forward to January of 2025, Philippine authorities caught the Chinese nationals flying drones near naval bases. The NBI said photos of sensitive military data were found on their devices and they were charged with espionage. Beijing was quick to deny this accusation, calling it a smear tactic.
All right, let's bring in our first guest tonight. She's the founding chairman of the Movement for Restoration of Peace and Order, also a well-known advocate of the Filipino-Chinese community. Welcome back to The Big Story, Ms. Teresita Ang See. Can you hear us okay?
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening. I don't know if you've had a chance to read the Reuters article alleging that there were Chinese spies who paid off the 2 units of the police here. But if not, could I just have you give us a follow-up on the alleged Chinese spy stories that we were talking about a few weeks ago? Has there been any update on the guy who was detained?
If you're talking about the arrest of Deng Yanqing, the first one, who I have been helping, he's still, the case is in court, so we cannot really talk about it, but we hope the government will see the merits of the petition for bail, because there's really no basis in the case that was filed against them. They were asked to sign waiver of investigation because the 3 of them, including the 2 drivers, said never in their imagination had they ever thought that such a case would be filed against them. They signed the waiver because they thought in 2 or 3 days they will be freed, and the they were not spying, but really surveying the roads. So the case is now in court. Application for bail is there, and I think the court has told the family that they cannot talk about it. No, so we're not talking about the merits of the case. It's just that the case is ongoing.
Is he still detained, or was he able to post bail?
No, the petition for bail is still being heard.
Okay. Tessie, since what happened with Yansing, we've heard a lot of other arrests of alleged Chinese spies. There was that group of 5, then there was this group of 2 just like a few days ago. All the accusations seem to follow the same pattern. What I mean is they're caught with these equipment, like more or less similar surveying equipment, messaging equipment, the IMSIs, just in different locations. Supposedly, all with sensitive data, photographs of our police headquarters, AFP headquarters, naval bases. What do you make of these series of arrests?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not privy on the other merits of the other cases, because it's only with this Deng Yanqing case that I talked with his family, I talked with his wife, I talked with his son, and even the company has already issued a statement that these people were hired just to survey the roads for self-driving cars. So I do not know what the other cases are, but on this, I did my due diligence. I have to protect myself because I don't just come out and defend people like him that I don't really know. But at least in his case, I was able to backtrack and check the equipments. We had an engineer, we had a communications engineer who we consulted, and he gave us a briefing on what those equipments are. And he did tell us that you can always interpret it in many ways. I mean, you can always say that these things can be used for espionage. But the driver, for example, are telling us that they never went into any of the establishments, any of the infrastructures, since they're surveying roads. So they always pass by a lot of establishments, and that would include the headquarters, the police station, the malls. So it is natural because they have to pass by all of those roads to reach a certain point. And that's why we said that the evidence against them is that strong and bail should be provided. But for the other cases, I really don't know because I'm not privy to the cases that followed after Deng Yanqing.
Okay.